Let's go back now. Let's go back to the menu. iPod, I don't use stream audio. I used Oxen, which is pretty basic. It gives you this screen, which is very flat. Um, it just shows you that you're listening to your aux input, MP3 player, whatever. Again, there is no option to see the clock. This screen is so boring. There's no. You just watch the screen with a 3.5 millimeter jack on it. There's like they should put a clock, a clock at least, like a digital clock or something. The one you get when you switch off the radio. Something. I mean, some important, at least something useful information, like a save screen with a clock. Yeah. FM radio works fine. It's not the best signal, but it's good enough. Honestly speaking, I haven't listened too much to the FM radio, so I can't say really. But as you can see, it's fairly good. Go to the next. I believe we need to proceed. Anyway, I haven't been using too much FM radio because, as I said, the signal strength in this area is not very good. So as you can see, you get interference and the quality of the audio is not very good. Last FM, I never used it. I don't think I'll ever use it. Alarms. Well, alarms are good. One thing I want to point out with alarms is that if you put an alarm on and you put an alarm on and you set it to wake you up with a DAB or alarm you, give you the note on the radio, and in between you turn on the radio and you're listening to the radio, the alarm switches to the buzzer automatically. So for example, you listen to the radio at a quite high volume, and the alarm goes off, then your radio will start buzzing at a very high volume. It's unbelievable, but I got a pure how's it called, a pure siesta. And the pure siesta, for example, if you're you put alarm on, but in between you forget about the alarm, so you listen to the radio, it doesn't do that. It's just it lowers the volume of the radio, or it brings the volume of the radio to the point that has been set up in the alarm, so it doesn't buzz all of a sudden, because you just listen, and you can imagine you just listen to the radio and all of a sudden the buzz goes in and bzz, bzz, bzz. It's not the best thing to happen, yeah. So that's not a good thing. You got two alarms, they're okay. I haven't been using them too much because I find them inconvenient. If sometimes I change the alarms a lot, so if I forget an alarm and I listen to the radio, it goes buzzing all of a sudden, yeah. So, and you got some settings here. We'll go through settings. You got the time setting, alarm setting. Let's see it. Yeah, time zone, all that stuff. Time format, alarm setting. You can set the two alarms. Equalizer setting, so you get a very nice equalizer setting, so you can set up the treble and the bass, which is very good. Loudness on, loudness off, so it's very good. Network setting, you can set up the network for the internet radio and updates. Miscellaneous settings, here you got language, alarms, snooze, sleep time, standard backlit off, and software updates and all that stuff. Display backlight, and all these settings. Factory reset, setup wizard. That's the wizard So that's it, pretty much. That's it about the menu of the Axis. This is a very nice radio. It's very nice radio. The sound quality is very good. It's very good. The sound quality is very good. I had before Airstream 10 made by Monitor Audio, which is a very stylish radio. Is a very stylish, and the sound quality matches the Axis sound quality. It's very nice and very good sound quality. Um, the the Airstream from Monitor Audio, Airstream 10, it has a more robust feel and is slimmer, but doesn't give you like this screen with this lovely interface. Yeah. But the sound quality on the Airstream was really good. It matches the Revo Axis. I can't complain anything about the sound quality of Revo Axis. It's amazing. It's a very nice sound quality. The only thing, recommendation about this radio would be that this is not a bedside radio. In no way. There's no way you could use. Is not recommended. You could use it, but it's not recommended. It doesn't give it the features to be a bedside radio. More, I would say, it's an office. A very stylish looking office radio. So you could put it in office, put it on DAB, listen to a channel the whole day, because obviously it's there's too much. You need to go through the menus to change channels. That's why I say usually if I listen to radio in my bedroom, I just like to change the channels whenever I find something boring on the radio. So as I said in my previous review, that the remote control doesn't give you any option to change the channels. I just called I sent them an email and asked about it. I asked them why there's no feature to change the presets. What's the point of not having buttons on the remote control to change the presets of the radio? And they replied me back that well, you got a touchscreen interface, so that's why the remote control is so limited in functions. And I said, what's the point? I mean, how does the touchscreen replace the usefulness of a remote control? I mean, it's like you don't need a remote control for a TV because you got buttons on it. Yeah. So what was that? I didn't get it. What was the point? Obviously, the remote is pretty much useless unless you got an iPod. So if you're using mostly with iPod or iPhone, then you got the controls here, listen a lot to your music. But as a radio listener, I can say the remote doesn't help at all. Also, the remote is very cheap, looks very plasticky and cheap, and is not user friendly because if you're in the night, if in the dark you can't easily find the buttons on the remote control. So that's a really bad thing about this remote control. And yeah, that's a really bad, and it costs you £10 extra for the remote control. So that's it pretty much about the Revo Axis. I hope you will enjoy it if you will get it, and if you have it, enjoy the sound, the great sound it produces. But bear in mind, if you're thinking to buy one, that this is not the downsides of this radio, and considering the price, there are quite a few. So you can look somewhere else, or think about it, or take notes and make a decision that suits you best. Thank you very much.